Jacked Up Radio.
Please hang up and try again.
Yo, what's up? This is Wlpwr from Super Hot Beats, and you're listening to Jacked Up Radio.
And back on the program at Jacked Up Radio with Brent and Jason. I am Brent. Jason is somewhere drunk. And right now, though, we've got a super awesome producer on the other end of the phone line. Our first time having a producer instead of an artist on, too, by the way. That of Wlpwr of Super Hot Beats. Absolutely great to have you on, man.
Man, thank you guys for having me, man.
Well, let's just jump right into it. For those that aren't hip-hop heads and into the production side of things, you're a pretty well-established talent and one of the go-to guys of actually one person, Wlpwr, who just released a new single called Till It's Gone, which you did an amazing job on, by the way. Who are some other people you work with on a regular basis, like within your crew and everything?
I work regularly with... of course, Wlpwr, and then there's Wiz Khalifa. I work with Eminem. I've started my own record label, so I have a new artist now named Riot Phoenix. And I also have an artist named Big Henry, who I'm working with now. But really, man, I just stay busy. I've been fortunate enough to work with Big Crit and Trinidad James and, a few other, fairly popular artists at the time.
Right.
And, so I'm just kind of getting it in, man.
So tell me a little bit more about Riot and your link up with Big Henry. We're actually going to be interviewing the two of them later on for the shows. And but how did you guys all network and link up?
Riot Phoenix is actually from my hometown. We're both from Columbia, South Carolina. And I had heard about her over the years. I left South Carolina back around 2004, 2005 to pursue my music. Mm. And she was kind of a buzzing name in the town, as an upcoming artist. And I had some friends, man, here recently just kind of, really get me to focus on what she was doing. And I met her at a restaurant one afternoon. That she was actually a waitress at a restaurant that I was eating at. Yeah. And we started talking a little bit and exchanged information, and she came down to my studio in South Carolina, and it was history after that, man.
Okay, and what about Big Henry?
Well, Big Henry is actually one of Wlpwr's childhood friends, man. Like, they grew up together in Gadsden, Alabama. Mm-hmm. And basically, man, Big Henry was one of those guys that supported Wlpwr when he was, a struggling artist trying to get on, out of that small town. And just through my relationship with Wlpwr, I ran into Big Henry, and, he and I both, had similar taste in what we wanted to do. And we did this record called Gangsta on the Trump Music Returns mixtape that came out 2013, I believe it was. Yeah. And, man, our chemistry on that record was just really good. And from that point on, man, we just kind of kept building our relationship. And eventually, man, we decided to do some music together.
Right. So is he actually signed to your label, or is he still with Slamerican and Wlpwr, or explain that?
Well, right now we're currently trying to figure out the structure of it, but it looks like it's going to be like a joint venture between Slamerican and Super Hot Beats. Of course, he's like tied to both of us in a sense. Like, he's really good friends with Wlpwr, and Wlpwr really wants to see him do well, and he also represents the brand really well. Yeah. And then musically, we've got such a great connection that it just makes sense because, at this time, Slamerican is not really a label; it's just a brand. Yeah. So, we're really just trying to figure out how to, present it to the world. But, nonetheless, we're all family, so we'll be figuring out how we're going to set the business of it up.
I got you. Now, is there any specific project you're currently working on, or is it just a bunch of different things with a bunch of different people?
Yeah, man, as a working producer, I'm in the studio all the time. So, I've had the pleasure of working with people like Irk the Jerk out of the Bay. I've worked with Bubba Sparks. I work with Trinidad James. Like, people come in all the time to work for just production. Yeah. But here recently I wanted to, kind of build my own brand and, create my own situation. So I started going really hard with, my own artist, which is Riot Phoenix, and then now Henry. So it's like I'm just, really trying to focus now on breaking my own artist and just kind of, creating my own position in the industry now, outside of just being a record producer.
Okay, so onto the work itself. I can see how rappers come up with their lyrics with or without a beat. I know there's a variation of ways, but a producer's job, honestly, not just saying it, it sounds like it's probably a little bit harder. What type of process do you personally go through when putting together a instrumental?
Well, if I'm by myself working, normally it's just a vibe thing. It's whatever type of energy I have for that day. If I'm excited about something or just having a good day, normally the music will come out in that fashion. Or, if I'm pissed off or upset about something, you never know, man. The music could be a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
But normally when I'm working with an artist, the main thing is to like really find out what mood or setting mentally that they're in. So, if an artist comes in after just having a breakup with his girlfriend, you don't want to present him with music that, is super happy music, I guess. You kind of got to be able to, kind of be a chameleon in finding out what it is an artist wants, and you have to be able to kind of, conform to that and make sure that you come up with the kind of music that makes sense for them. So, yeah, it's a challenge sometimes, but I think that's what makes great music, when you're working with a producer that knows how to, get on your level per se.
Absolutely. And onto the tech side, I guess, for nerds like me. What kind of equipment and programming do you use, if you don't mind talking on that for a minute?
Oh man, yeah. I work primarily in a program called Logic. Mm-hmm. As a producer, it's a really good program for producers. And then from the recording side of it, I use Pro Tools. So essentially, I'm back and forth between those two digital workstations. And outside of that, man, I just got I got hard drives full of sounds and VSTs and just creative different things that I use, to try to make my music good.
Right. Okay, and before we wrap up, one final question. Who are some up-and-coming producers, in your opinion, that people should maybe keep an eye out for?
Right now, man, I have a producer signed to me named Mike Stallone. And he's really dope, man. I actually just got him his first placement with Big Crit on his latest mixtape. He's got a song on there called Riding Dirty. Mm-hmm. And it's a really dope record. And right now, man, if I had to endorse anybody, it would be him. Of course, that's my own situation. So
sure.
Look out for Mike Murder Stallone. That's his name. So, and I think he's really dope, man.
Also, before we let you go, can you run off the best place to keep up with you and the rest of your camp? What all is going on with Super Hot Beats?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, my first place would be check out superhotbeats.net. We just had a website built by the Hydrilla, and it's really dope. It's interactive. It looks like a beat machine, and if you touch the pads, music plays. So it's really dope. It's a really dope site. Of course, you can find me on all social media networks at Super Hot Beats. It's SUPAHOTBEATS, and that's everything. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anything you can find.
Awesome, and once again, we've been talking with Wlpwr of Super Hot Beats. Thank you so much for coming on and doing the show with us, man.
Oh, man, I appreciate you having me.
Please hang up and try again.